Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Caspian and I read books. I would like to say sometimes, but no, I read all the time now. And yeah, so this is my TBR video for November. I haven't really done TBR videos before because I've read so much, and I read mainly library books, and it's been kind of like. Uh, in Swedish, we would say hattigt, like irregular. What a funny word for irregular. I've been to the library to leave books and to borrow books on an irregular basis, and I've kind of mood read. And for uh, October, I did Spookopoly, and I started reading more of the books I have at home, and also library books. And I went there like almost once a week or every 10 days so that I could return and borrow again. So I didn't really know at the beginning of October or the beginning of September or August what I was going to read in the next month. For November, it's a bit different. I kind of know what I'm going to read. So I'm going to talk you through what I'm currently reading. And then I'm going to go into what I expect myself to read. So this is kind of a TBR. I have it in a box. And I put my box up on a shelf, or like on top of a bureau. I don't know if that's the word in English, but it's a small. I guess it's a small bookshelf, but it has like doors. It doesn't really have drawers. It have doors. It's got doors, and then on top it's a small one, like a small Billy's bookshelf from IKEA. And then on top of that, I have this one, and also I have my series of the Clan of the Cave Bear books on top of it as well. So these are my books that I'm currently reading, so this is my TBR cart. So yeah, what I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading 3, 4, 5 books and 6 books. But there are 3 of them are non-fiction, which I may do. It's a slow read, so I'm going to start with those. So for slow read, first of all, I'm studying for my driver's license, so I'm always in the middle of the driver's education book. So that's one. And then I am doing like a read through of all of my non-fiction books to see that I haven't read and some that I have read a long time ago, to see which I wanna hold on to or not. And I'm currently in the middle of a book by a Swedish author called the Swedish title is Bilden av universum bland folken i norr. The English will be A Picture of the Universe Among the Folk in North. So it's by Kerstin Eidlitz Kjolk, I think so, Kjolk. And it says, I'm gonna try and translate the back of it. There are other religions than the big world religions. In the Picture of the Universe, the ethnologist and author Kerstin Kjolk helps the reader to understand a more traditional view of life among Sápmi people and other northern folk. To interpret the pictures on the shamanic drums, you need to know the symbolics behind the motifs, behind the symbols on the drums. We know a little, very little, about the Sápmis because they are poorly described in older literature and ancient literature. There aren't many things written down. The Sápmis thought world are almost lost, but in Siberia, the shamans have told have told their stories, and their thoughts and explanations have been written down. They can thereby, what's the word in English? Contribute to the understanding of also of the Sapmi's view on man, animals, life, nature, and cosmos. Because I think the premise is that ancient religions and ancient traditions are kind of common. And I do work as a shamanic practitioner in the north, not with the Sapmi tradition, because I'm not Sapmi, and that's something you kind of have to learn from your ancestors. But I do work in another kind of way in the Nordic tradition. There are a few different traditions, I would say. So, but there are commonalities within all of these. So this is a book that is kind of he's gathered a lot of knowledge about it. And it says, the picture of the universe, this book, is a fascinating, insightful, and standalone continuation on the author's previous book, Mother Earth and Other Mothers, from 1999. In this book, she has gathered a rich material with pictures and stories from Siberia. The author has worked at Uppsala University, but is since a lot of years back a resident in Jokkmokk in Sweden. She has written several books about the people in North. So this is the first book I'm reading of her. I think I bought it I bought it at like not yard sale, but like a secondhand store, So I am currently at page 205 out of, let's see, there's a lot of sources described in the back here. Oh my. Okay, so I'm at page 205 out of 248. So I'm 4/5. No. Yeah, 4/5 into it. So I should really finish it in November. I like it. I've enjoyed the book so far, but I don't think I will keep it afterwards. It's been interesting to understand everything and to really dive into this, because I do use a shamanic drum myself. I'm not referring to this one. I do use this one, but I have two other that are more traditional, you could say. So it's been interesting to understand or to get a picture of what it might have, what the symbols might have meant to people. I think because shamanic practitioners tend to be buried, but with their drums, there aren't a lot of drums left to even explore and to do research on. That's kind of one of the issues of trying to understand the past. It has been buried with them. The stories have been buried with them. The ones that haven't been told to new generations. So yeah, so I'm gonna read this one, and then I'm also in the middle of. I'm in the middle of this one, Braiding Sweetgrass. I am halfway through and I'm annotating this one. So I'm having a joyful time. I'm reading a chapter at a time to really consume the material. And I am currently out of like tabs. So I need to go buy more because I am using the smaller ones. I don't know if you can see. They're so tiny. They are so tiny. See? And I enjoy that. So I need to buy more of those, and there are so few in like a sheet of them. So I have like two colors that are completely done, and I need them all. So I do have tabs, but I don't have all the colors that I'm using, and I want to use more all the colors. So I'm halfway through this. I'm gonna finish it. I was gonna finish it in October, but it's kind of denser than I expected it to be. And yeah, I want to read a chapter at a time. I've paused it a little bit because I need more tabs. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But I'm gonna finish it in November for sure, or hopefully. So those are the three non-fiction books. So driver's education and a book about the Siberian folklore kind of book and shamanic practice, and then Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. And then I'm in the middle of three other books. So the first one is a book from my Spookopoly in October that I'm currently reading, and it was a chance card with a book from my library, and it was like specified this book because I had put on books some that I wanted to read and some that I didn't really was intrigued to read, and then I just shuffled, and I got this one. So this is the fourth in the Bridgerton series, and it's in Swedish. So I think it's Romancing Mr. Bridgerton is the original title for this one. Yeah, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. So this is about Penelope Featherington and Colin Bridgerton. And I'm also annotating this one. And I'm only annotating 2 colors. So I started off annotating in pink. And I'm out, this is why I went out of tabs. So I really need more tabs because I'm only using 2 colors in this one. So I'm yeah. So I'm about halfway through, and the pink color is for romance, the romance in the book, but it's also become more of a miscellaneous tab. And then the blue is everything about Mrs. Whistledown. Oh, is that is that her name? Am I saying it right? Am I saying it right? I think I am. I'm gonna look that up. Lady Whistledown. Yeah. So because in this book they are trying to find out who she is, so it's kind of a mystery to solve. So I wanted the mystery in blue. So yeah, I'm in the middle of this, and then I'm in the middle of I just started this yesterday. So for my Spookopoly, I read the first one in this series. This is the House of Night series. I'm rereading it. I read it several years ago, and I'm rereading it. I had the first one at home. I picked it for my black cover prompt. But this one I just started. I got it at the library just a few days ago, and I started it yesterday, and I'm reading it like before bed. It's in Swedish. So this is the second book in House of Night, and the English title is Betrayed, and the Swedish is Sveket, and it's the same. It's well, in Sweden, if you translate the Swedish title, it would be The Betrayal, but I think it's Betrayed in English. So yeah, I'm reading this one because I like vampires in autumn apparently. So, and then the third one that I'm in the middle of that is fiction is another fantasy, another romantasy, I think. 6 Scorched Roses, and this is also a prompt. What prompt? What prompt was this? I don't remember what prompt, but I picked it up for this Spookopoly. And this is a book from my own library. This is so far the only new release that I own. So this has recently come out, like in September, I think, and I started it now. And I'm only. It's a short story, so it's a novella, like 200 pages ish, and I think it's 200 pages. Yeah, around 220 maybe. to 10. So I'm currently only like 30 pages in, but I'm loving it so far. It's really wonderful. It's set in the Nexia universe, and I think you recognize the main character that's a vampire so far. I really enjoy this so far. So I get this for my evening read, and these two for my daytime read. And so this is, I'm annotating this like full on. And this I'm annotating, but I didn't really start out doing it. I just started like doodling in it. You can see it here, and then I just wanted to. So I have two colors so far for this one as well, and it's one that is kind of miscellaneous, and just it started off being a descriptional quotes, and then I have so that's like a apricot color. It went perfectly well with this at the front, and then I have purple. It doesn't go with the cover, but I liked the purple for magical elements. So those are the ones I'm in the middle of, guys. So I'm in the middle of 6 books, but I'm taking my time with 3 of them. And these ones I'm gonna sift through these quite easily. They are well, they're 900 pages together. But anyway, this I'm gonna finish in just a few days. And this one I'm also gonna finish in a few days. I might take my time with this one because I'm enjoying the annotation part. And this one I will be finished in maybe a week. But this is gonna be my evening read for as long as it needs to be. It's due back at the library at the end of November. So that's fine. And this one I own, and this one I own. So yeah. So those are the ones in the middle of. Let's see. I'm gonna put that back by my bed. So then I have 3 books at home for the rest of my TBR, because yeah, I have 3 more books that I'm gonna start as soon as I'm finished with the 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent or Julia Quinn's Bridgerton book. So I have this one, and this I'm keep rolling. I keep rolling for Spookopoly, and I chose this for my highest rated on my TBR because my TBR isn't big. So I checked out. Well, I hadn't started the betrayal yet. Oh yeah, this is Stabby. This is the Stabby prompt. It was the only one with any kind of blood in it. So it was the Stabby prompt. So this one is my highest rated on the TBR, the Starling House. It's been recommended on BookTube a lot lately. So when I saw it at the library, I was like, yeah, I can do that. And it's not, it didn't look that thick. I think it might be 400 pages. If I can see a number anywhere. Yeah, 300. A bit over 300 pages. So Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. So yeah, I'm gonna read this one in November. And then I'm gonna buddy read this one with a friend. So I think this will have to be the one I dig into after I'm done with another book, so that I really have time, because she's kind of halfway through already. She's listening, on audio. And this is hefty, guys. I think it was like 625 pages. It feels big also. It feels like I can kill someone with this. It's like it's for self-protection. So this is Beautiful Creatures, the book 1, by Conny Garcia and Margaret Stool. Margaret Stool? Is it Swedish? No. I don't think it's Swedish. Is it Swedish? Margaret Stool seems like a Swedish name. Let's see. No. It says that this is a translation, so no. She just has like a Nordic ish kind of sounding name. This is from 2009. Okay, so for Starling House, I'm gonna maybe tell you what they are about. So Bridgerton, I don't need to address more, but so this one, Six Scorched Roses, 6 vials of blood, 6 visits to a vampire who could be her salvation or her damnation. Lilith has been dying since the day she was born, but while she has come to terms with her own imminent death, the death of everyone else she loves is an entirely different matter. As her town slowly withers in the clutches of a mysterious god-sent illness, she decides to take matters into her own hands. Desperate to find a cure, Lily strikes a bargain with the only thing the gods hate even more than her village, a vampire. She offers him 6 roses in exchange for 6 vials of vampire blood, one hope for her town's salvation. But when what began as a simple transaction becomes something more, Lilith is faced with a terrifying realization. It's dangerous to wander into the clutches of a vampire, and in a place already suffering a god's wrath, more dangerous still to fall in love with one. So it's a standalone fantasy romance set in the world of Crowns of Nyaxia series from Crazy Broadband. So yeah, that one. And there. And for Starling House, it says, step into Starling House if you dare. Nobody in Eden remembers when Starling House was built, but the town agrees it's best to let this ill-omened house and its last lonely heir go to hell. Opal knows better than to mess with haunted houses or brooding men, but when an opportunity to work there arises, the money might get her brother out of Eden. Starling House is uncanny and full of secrets. Like Arthur, its heir. It also feels strangely, dangerously like something that English words that are hard to pronounce are those with ly at the end that are like a really strange. It also feels strangely, dangerously like something she's never had a home. Yet Opal isn't the only one interested in the horrors and wonders that lie buried beneath it. And when dark forces converge on Eden, Opal realizes that if she wants a home, she'll have to fight for it. She may even have to go deep down beneath Starling House to claw her way back into the light. So we'll see what I think about that one. It didn't feel as intriguing at the back of the book as it did when people recommended it on YouTube. And for beautiful creatures, I have to translate. A curse, a choice, two destinies or fates. When 16-year-old Ethan meets the new girl Lena. Wait. Oh, so Lena is new to the little community of Gatlin. So when Ethan meets her, sparks fly. They are drawn to each other, but their love is dangerous and threaten to uncover dark secrets of the past. An unknown world of magic is waiting to get its claws into Lena. Her love for Ethan can't go on. But Ethan is prepared to do anything to not lose Lena. He will not give up the fight against bad forces or evil forces. A dark and romantic love tale. Magic, curses, and horrifying secrets. And 2 main characters that will do anything for each other. Beautiful Creatures is the first part of a series. The book is an international success that's also become a movie. Okay. Well, let's see what I think about that. I'm not opposed to DNFing books if I don't like them. Just say. Okay. And the last one is kind of the one I'm looking forward to the most. It's the continuation of a book that I loved in September. And it's The Kiss Curse. And this is from the library as well. I read the X-Hex in September and I adored it. And then now I'm gonna read The Kiss Curse. And I'm really looking forward to it. So magic doesn't always play by the rules. Gwyn Jones is perfectly happy with her life in Gravesglen. She's formed a powerful new coven with her family. She's running a successful witchcraft shop and she's mentoring some younger witches. As Halloween approaches, there's only one problem. Llewellyn Wells Penhallow. Wells Wells has come to Gravesglen for two reasons: to re-establish his family's connection to the town and to make a new life for himself away from his father. But when he opens his own magic shop, he quickly learns that going up against Gwyn won't be easy, especially after an accidental magic-inspired and very hot kiss. While Gwyn and Wells are fully committed to their witchy rivalry, they're thrown together once again to deal with the sudden appearance of a mysterious new coven and Gwyn's growing concern that something or someone is messing with their magic. Well, okay. Okay. I didn't know it was about Gwyn. I just knew it was it was the second part in the series. So, well, that's amazing. And nothing I said spoils the first book for you. If you haven't read XX. Nothing I said spoils that one. Wonderful. So those are my books for November in my TBR cart. And then, as you have seen by now, I will be reading some Sunwait. I have a Sunwait calendar for myself with that's inspired from Blind Date with Books. So for that, I have some wrapped up books that I'm gonna pick from. And I will be reading two of those in November. Yeah, the 14th of November. And then the 28th of November. I think, something like that. 26th. The 14th and 28th. Yeah. I'm gonna pick two books and unwrap them for myself and have a little bit of cozy time with a cup of tea or hot chocolate and light some candles and just be cozy. You know, that's because I start the Sunwait calendar on Thursday. It's three. It's three books. Is it three books in November? Yeah. Okay. Because it's once a week from the 14th of November and onward. So it's the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th of November. So three books, which gives me. So I'm currently reading three. I'm not counting the books that are nonfiction. So I'm currently reading three fictional books. And then I have three more on my TBR cart. And then I have three books from the Sunwait calendar. So 9 books. Yeah, that's good. That even makes room for depending on beautiful creatures, guys. Depending on that one. So depending on beautiful creatures. How I feel about that. But I have 2 books on the way home to me. And I also have one on reserve at the library that I need to pick up within a week. That is, which one was it that I need to pick up from the library? Which one was it? I'm gonna check it. Okay, so the one I have on reserve from the library that I need to pick up within a week is Red Queen by Red Queen, which is the book after Alice, by Christina Henry. So it's a part of the Chronicles of Alice. Yeah. So that one I need to pick up, and I will have 3 weeks in November and 1 in December to read that one. So we'll see when I get to that one. And then I have 2 books on the way home to me. I have pre-ordered the next book by Carissa Broadbent. Yeah. Songbird and whatever its name is. How come I forget that now? You know, the latest book by Chris Broadbent. That comes out in November. And also The Celestial Monsters, the second book in the Sunbearer Trials. Those I have on the way home, but I'm not in a hurry to read them because I waited 2 months to read Six Scorched Roses. I can wait a little while to read Songbirds. Singbirds? Yeah. Det går bra nu, as we say in Swedish. It's going well now. So yeah, so that's my TBR for this month, and it's 9 books that I'm gonna read, and then there are one book that I might read, which is The Red Queen, and then there are 2 books that I can read if I want to get to them promptly, you know. But I also have a lot of other books I want to read, so. But I don't really have any books that I feel I need to read before the end of the year. I'm gonna do one of those end of year tags. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that, but we'll see. So yeah, that's my TBR for this month. See if I can do this without this box breaking. So at the end of here, it's a book I've read, and just going back to the library. That's why it's on backwards. Yeah, and I also have like a book about Kriya yoga here in the background, and a notebook amongst the books so that I can take notes and I don't have to go far. So yeah, that's my TBR for November. Have a lovely day and a lovely reading week, month. Bye.